Hello and welcome to Homegrown Hangout. I'm Homegrown, and today I have a little meme surprise for you guys. We're going to look at a certain meme-y content creator, and we're going to have fun. So, let me edit my blingo. There. I'm just rearranging my screen. There. All right, so I'm gonna talk about Jreg. So Jreg is basically political compass memes, but as a YouTuber, and I have found him very entertaining for a while now. And I don't know, political compass communities, it's kind of like sports. It's like the sports version of online politics, I'd say. Like, there's the four basic quadrants, and it's the four teams, and everybody has the side that they subscribe to. And it's it's not good analysis. It's just all bullshit. Like, the four quadrants are the auth right, lib right, auth left, lib left, and they each have different colors. So the auth right are blue, the lib right are either like yellow or purple, lib left is green, and auth left is red. Now, I have always personally identified with the green team. Yay. And it was kind of funny. I also have kind of allied myself with the Green Party, my local Green Party, and that's been kind of fun. So I kind of want to look through some of his videos from the perspective of someone who he is incredibly ironic, and he doesn't support, really, it appears, any side. Like, part of me thinks he's like some kind of thinks he's an enlightened centrist. Like, I don't think he is any side. I think he is just making fun of all of them. All right, the political compass rap. That's where he went big. And I feel like that might be a good place to start. Let's see.
Now that we've helped people customize and save with Liberty Mutual, we can finally do some beach reading.
Fuck you. I don't want to watch you.
Homeowners are raving about Leaf Filter, the proven solution that ends gutter cleaning forever.
If it keeps out shingle grit and pine needles.
I hate that.
Hi, I'm Totalitarian Right. I'm the voice of the people if the people are white. Don't mean to...
I'm the voice of the people if the people are white. Yeah, that's the meme is that the blue quadrant is racist. So let's see what kind of analysis, or how in depth he goes into anything beyond the meme, or what's going on.
To get up in your face, but we're getting replaced. Culture war now, let's win this race. Okay.
The culture war. Yeah, the culture war is a fucking made up idea that's made by the right, but it's the culture war is the populist right narrative that is the only possible narrative that the plutocrats in power can present to the right to prevent them from achieving class consciousness. Because fundamentally, I do think that conservatism is, like, while it's an ideology that supports the status quo, populist right-wing ideology is an anti-status quo, anti-establishment bent of the right and right-leaning ideas. So right-wing populism is built on the culture war. And the culture war is just the right fucking crying like babies over the march of time. Like, time happens, like, people do things. Society gets better. Things that were once like unthought of are now accepted because we no longer demonize the frankly human behavior that used to be demonized. All right, I'm on a tangent. Let's get back to this.
$15, right? That's $1.
Oh yeah, we're on the lib right, which are the neo-feudal corporatists. So they think that the private property should be the only law of the land, which, holy shit, way to return to the divine right of king. Am I right, buddies? There are no buddies.
$1 for every year that she's been alive. Well,
oh, and the other meme is that the lib right, like, I'm young. Hey, I'm a buddy. Hey, buddy, how are ya? How's your day? Well, the divine right of king is definitely auth right. I would say that lib right is kind of, it is the divine right of king, but it's under the guise of capitalism. So it's that the rich people can become as rich as they want, and when the rich people become as rich as they want and then start to buy armies, at what point do they not become kings? So I'm not saying that they're outright mask off neo-feudalists, just that their ideology kind of leads to that. Let's keep going with this meme. That is kind of just joking about the lib right are pedos. The right doesn't come from God but capital. Well, the problem, I've become disillusioned with the idea of the political compass. I used to be a huge political compass stan, but I've kind of start to see that I was only liked it because I felt a very strong affinity to my team, which is the lib left. I was like, will defend the lib left, and because I consider myself a part of the left, I will continue to support the political compass. But it's a combination, an amalgamation of too many different ideas. The left and the right can be used to describe so many different ideas. Some think it's, the difference between the left and the right is markets versus complete government ownership, which is not what I think the difference is. I have a very different idea of what the difference is, and there's a lot of different angles, and when you condense so many different ideas down to a two-dimensional compass, it becomes things start to get weird. So let's keep going.
I keep telling you, it's not pedophilia, it's a febophilia. Oh, she's only...
Yep. That's what I thought. It's just more pedo jokes. Cool.
14? Guess it is pedophilia. Still, it's $1 off, right? Oh, hi, I'm anarchist, right? I don't...
Anarchist, right. Okay. All right, that was don't worry about it. So anarchist right. That is, see, yeah. Why not the Jreg? So I used to be a big fan of the Jreg, but Jreg just he's just the surface level memes, and I think it is sort of a grift taking advantage of extremists of all types, and I say that as someone who would have considered myself one of those types of extremists. So let's I'm gonna keep going until it gets to the lib left and see what he has to say, and then break down what is and is not right with it, and then I'll probably move on to other stuff.
Don't believe in a state. None of this might makes right.
No, you believe in a state, you just call the state a corporation.
I think market forces should guide the world, and if there's a market for it, I should be able to buy this girl.
Yes, but some markets are inelastic and therefore are not best suited to be free. So, yeah, he like actually portrays I think if he's any of the four quadrants, I'm pretty sure he is a lib right. Like, I'm pretty sure that he says I don't know. It seems like he's representing those ideas like in better faith than some of the other ones, even though he does still joke about it.
$13.50 final offer. Make me sick. I am the pro.
Yes. Let's take it. Cookie. All right. Let's. My dog wants attention. You think lib left? Yeah. No. Could be. Enlightened center probably is the best way to put it. He calls himself an anti-centrist, which I don't know. Feels like he's just taking advantage of extremism. Yeah, it's a big meta joke. I've been riding the meta joke train for a while. I've become a little too invested in it. Cookie. Cookie doesn't want to. She just wants attention. Oh no, what did I do? I pressed the button.
Now that we've helped people customize and save with Liberty
an
Mutual,
ad.
we can finally do
All right. I hate this.
some beach reading.
Homeowners are raving about Leaf Filter, the proven solution that ends gutter cleaning forever.
If it keeps out
I
shingle.
have a home.
Hi, I'm
Just have to
totalitarian right. I'm the voice of the people if the people are white. Don't mean to get up in your face, but we're getting replaced. Best I realized the last 5 times we tried the spiel starved to death, but
Yeah, it's straw man's. At least the one thing that I am like sort of appreciate is that he does differentiate between auth left and lib left, even if it's superficially. All right. Best on each other. The concept of the idea of not knowing who Greg, the guy behind Jreg, really is pretty interesting, I would say. Kind of reminds me of like Eric Andre of the whole show/channel not meaning anything, even though I guess really crazy. Yeah, I think Eric Andre would be a decent comparison. Eric Andre is like, I would say Eric Andre is a non-political mainstream shit poster. I would say that essentially Eric Andre is just doing fun, dumb shit for the sake of doing fun, dumb shit, which is a sense the ideals behind shit posting, but just doing it like to sometimes famous people and sometimes people on the streets of New York and just being dumb for the sake of it. But yeah, he's let's see. So he's talking about auth left, and like he's just presenting the straw man arguments against like Soviet Union type states, which like sure, yeah, it's the straw man. Yeah, he straw mans everyone. That's his shtick, is that it's the straw man of every single idea, and it's okay because he strawmans everyone, which I think is it's kind of neat. I found it entertaining, but it's eventually after a while you start to kind of it drags or it bore. I've started to like, I don't know. I like Eric more though because it is random, not only in the whole political compass thing like Jreg. Yeah, Eric Andre is truly random in a way that you can only be if your idea is true randomness. Like Jreg chose the political compass specifically and political ideas. All right.
I have a really good feeling about the next.
Okay, it's failed every time I have a good feeling about the next one. Yep, that is the straw man against leftism.
anarchist left, and oh fuck, this is not the place for me.
Why is it? No, it is. What do you mean it's not the place for me? This video about suicide is really good. Yeah, I do remember Jreg's suicide video and thought that it was like kind of both the least and most meta, in that like it was really about like he needed to get it off his chest. Yeah, he has had a lot of good stuff.
How do all these ideologies suck so much? Anyone
Well, yeah, why do all these ideologies suck so much?
want some DMT?
All right. Anyone want some DMT? Yeah. So everyone else sucks. Hey, you want some drugs? All right, let's see what else he has to say about the lib left.
I'll have some. Here. You, not for free. How do you expect to stimulate the economy? Okay, first
This is just dumb.
things first. Fuck you. What did I
Yeah, fuck him.
do? Second, you want to crush people through the state. I mean, yeah,
All right. All right. This is not the worst thing. Cool.
sure, the state is great. You claim to want equality, but how can that be when the state is controlling how equal you can be and
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. And I want to learn more about anarcho-primitivism. I feel like I have like kind of two paths in front of me. Either I can kind of go the ML route or the egoist to prim shitposting route. And if I were to make a choice, I gotta mute that. If I were to make a choice between the two of them, let's do that. It would definitely be one, but I like where I am now. The best true route is to Posadism. Yo! Yeah, Posadism is so much fun. Like, when Jreg gets into the wacky ideologies, I kind of wish, like, I like that he includes them. So, yeah, Anprim is a return to monkey. Posadism is basically communism plus nuclear explosions. And recently I've heard of a second type of new age post-sadism. Maybe, I guess this is I don't know. I mean, who doesn't like nukes, am I right? So post-sadism is the idea that a communist revolution is the best possible future. However, it can only be achieved if we first have a nuclear explosion. And it's neat. Dolphins figure into post-sadism too, and so does the idea that in order for a society to survive nuclear catastrophe, it has to transition into communism. So the only way it can continue into becoming a spacefaring society is that it has to go through a communist revolution. So post-sadism is also kind of the idea that aliens are all communist. If an alien ever comes to Earth, it can have to be the only choice is for it to be a communist. And newer bent of post-sadism that I've kind of enjoyed is eco-post-sadism. So eco-post-sadism is, instead of a nuclear catastrophe in order to bring about a global communist revolution, we need to have an ecological catastrophe. We need to have a climate catastrophe first, and then we can bring about perfect communism. And so essentially it's the ideology where littering is praxis. And That is just one of the funniest ideas that I've ever encountered, and I hope someone understood, or someone else find it funny. Anarcho-apoliticism also seems kind of based, though. You know, one of the most based ideas and ideologies that I have ever encountered is verminism. And verminism, if you aren't aware, and it's not really a thing yet. My girlfriend's writing a treatment on it, and I'm really excited to have her done. I want to send it to Vermin. So verminism is basically Vermin Supreme. And I like the idea of essentially in a future where the government isn't really that necessary and it's the labor councils that do everything, that elections will be made up of a lot of joke candidates in the vein of Vermin Supreme. All right. What does it have to do with Vermin Supreme? So Vermin Supreme base is the ultimate joke candidate. And if there was I like the idea of joke candidates because I don't like power. So the idea of someone running for an election because they desire power, I fundamentally don't like that and would seek to have a world where the positions of power have the best any chance. You wrote it wrong. It's a apocalypse. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, apocalypse. All right. So, what was I talking about? I like the idea of joke candidates. I like the idea of people running, like in a lot of other countries, there's a lot more joke candidates. And like Lord Buckethead is another one of them. And I think that in a healthy democratic system, we should have more of them. And we should have political power to be lessened. And with a decrease in power, there should be an increase in people who go like, whatever, it doesn't even matter, and then make it a joke. I don't know. It's just an idea. Let's keep going with this Jreg stuff.
Third, fuck you. And fourth, you're not even an anarchist, dude. You expect to keep the people in line without a state, please. At least the three of us aren't contradicting. What? This.
Oh wait, I didn't realize who was talking at that point. Yeah.
Guy claims to be an anarchist, but fetishizes cops. Hey, if cops can be bought, then cops are great. They're
Yeah, fuck cops.
only bad when they're used as tools of the state. Ugh, clearly you're the side most deserving of hate. Are you fucking kidding me? There's a Nazi in the Northeast. I do not see what you mean. This guy's a treat. Stop whining about tyranny. You'll never achieve anything with anarchy.
I feel like that's
only
my
keep
first
you around
super
because you
chat
shut
in.
their speech down. There should be no
Thank
platform
you.
for government or Nazis. Ah, there the left goes again, threatening my free speech. I just want you to
No,
hear
you can't
my
hear me?
important ideas. I'm
Can you
not
hear me
gonna
now?
listen
Right.
to a fucking Nazi. I'm not a Nazi. That's
So I
simply
never-
untrue, though I will say, not a big fan of the Jews.
Oh, you can't hear me while the video plays. Probably the video is too loud. Let me.
A globalist.
Yeah,
He
that's
means
probably
globalist.
it. So Bat Zintich said, so I never went full lib socialist or anarchist. The furthest lib left I went was probably sock dem, but because of doomer tendencies, I become more off left. Why do you think lib left is better than off left? So basically, I feel as though off left is, I really don't want to like stir up leftist infighting. Like I feel like if I like just focusing on that serves not really too much productive discourse. It just makes everyone hate each other and splinter off. But really, I don't trust power, essentially. And so off left and using the power of the state to try to influence and bring about socialism, I'm not sure I really trust that to be how it plays out. I'm worried about the apparatus of the state and of power itself to be a corrupting influence, that as someone seeks to use it to bring about positive change, it uses them to promote, if not the status quo, something worse. So basically, if a party says we are the party of the workers and we act in the interest of the workers, sure, you can say that, but just because you said it doesn't automatically mean it's true. It's entirely possible that a party can claim to act on behalf of the interests of the workers, and at one point it really did. However, as that party gained more and more power, it, while still thinking it's acting in the interests of socialism, it's interested primarily in furthering its own, or their own interest. The party in power will say, we want to be stronger and we want to further our own influence, and that is critical to the your comment threw me off. But yeah, essentially I am not really in favor of electoralism. I think it's too easily co-opted and made into a shadow of its former self. For the shining example of this being the Republican Party. Now you're thinking, what the fuck do you mean the Republican Party? The Republican Party, when it was created, was an abolitionist party in a country with slavery. Now, abolition was the radical leftists of the time. Basically, if you were a radical on the left, before you were a communist, you were a abolitionist. And the reason I say before you were, Lincoln was pen pals with Marx. Like, the whole idea of, so capitalism is kind of like advanced is slavery that's legalized. So slavery, the owner owns the body of the slave. Under capitalism, the employee rents the body of the worker and owns the labor of the worker. So let me scroll back up on the chat. Yeah, basically, I don't think the lib left will be able to achieve its goals in time or if ever, but I believe auth left has a viable route to enact radical enough policies in time. So basically, I'm worried about, so I think the long game is the game to focus on. And if you focus on the short game, you're going to have short-term successes, but I'm not entirely sure those short-term successes will be long-term successes. So most state experiments in socialism have resulted in a party in charge that furthers its own political interest and its own interest and says that it acts in the people's interest. But I think that while, yes, a party that is socialist can achieve power in the long term, or in the short term, on the long term, we need to reform society. So I was who was this? I'm pretty sure this was Kropotkin, or this might have been Rocker. I think this was Rocker in Anarcho-Syndicalist Theory and Practice. So I was I was listening to, but I was reading it, and the idea is that society is an organism, and as an organism, it evolves and changes over time. And thus, as an organism, there are certain pieces of it that will always do the same thing no matter what. So, for example, the skin will generally always be the protective the protective coating around an animal. And in a society, the state itself is not the society as a whole. It is one part of the society. Now, the state fundamentally is a tool of oppression, and it's oppression that acts in the interests of those in power, and it acts against the interests of those who don't. Now, there is the idea that the state can be reformed and evolved from an organ of oppression into an organ of help and an organ that acts and that will be the society itself and will act in all the best interests of the society. And I'm not sure it's very easy for one organ to evolve into doing something completely different than what it initially was. It generally, things do the same thing. The diverges are slow. Now, there is a certain germ, there is a cell that exists within the body of society that myself and anarchists and syndicalists have identified that we believe is the germ that is the best possible, it's like a stem cell that has the best chance of being formed into something that will advance the interests of the working class. And that germ, that stem cell, that aspect of the organism of society is the labor union and the workers' cooperative. It is a democratic organization of people where all of the people that contribute are also the people that have the ability to decide what to do with their contribution. They have a say over how their contribution contributes. In present society, it is a very small minority of peoples at a given firm. It's the owners that have the say over what to do with everybody's surplus value that their labor contributed to the whole. Oh, wow. That was a big, long tangent. So, that diverged wildly from the thing in chat that triggered it. So basically it's meh. This is a good conversation. I'm happy that good conversation. I like conversations going on. So I'm gonna continue playing this video and see what all right. Wait, before that, I want to, because I'm recording this for YouTube, I want to, 30 minutes. I keep accidentally kicking my dog. She's under my desk. So I wanted to just tie a little bow on my rant about the organism that is society. So the germ is the labor union. And people working democratically should be what constitutes the continuation of society. It's when people are more accountable to each other, when people have more of a say, they act in the best combined interests of everyone. So that's why if you're listening to this, go to iww.org, go get your red card, join the industrial workers of the world. Doesn't matter where you work. Honestly, I don't even think you have to work. Get your red card, join a union, get representation in your workplace, and fight the tyrants, or the many multitudes of tyrants that act over that act and make decisions that affect so many people have no say in those decisions. Nothing is inherently good or evil. It all depends on if the consequences of it are positive or negative of said action. And the rightness or wrongness. Okay. So it's the argument of utilitarianism versus, what is it? Consequentialism. So, consequentialism. I don't know enough about this stuff. So, consequentialism is how it is when you look at the results of something, and that's how you determine whether or not it was good or bad. While no, that sounds also like utilitarian. We talked both combined. I feel like in most of those senses, you got to look at them both combined. So what's with why do some chats have red backgrounds? Are those, I'm gonna mute my computer speakers so you guys don't get assaulted by the ears. I'm gonna look at my Twitch stream and see why. It's tags. No, I am curious. This is the... Alright. I don't think morals are some inherent value weaved into the fabric of the universe. Thus, I don't see any argument for any other normative system. Alright. So, values are not weaved into the fabric of the universe. However, as a society, we create values and we collectively decide which values we hold to and are right. However, it is possible to democratically decide that a group wishes to live up to bad values. However, I think that a lot of those bad values are hierarchical. And it's values that make it's people who push values that make it easier to harm others. And I wish to, I guess, make it harder for people to take advantage of power systems. I don't know. I never really thought about what to put a label on my philosophy, whether a consequentialist, utilitarianist, or I don't know. Some people believe that values are. You brought up how you are against electoralism and how you are against it. Wouldn't that be in favor of off-left? So electoralism is not the same as democracy. I believe that electoralism is a type of democracy that is subverted by powerful interests. However, when it is applied it can be applied in different settings to have a different type of result. A workplace election is nowhere near the type of, or nowhere near the scale of a presidential or a political election. So I would not say that I am in favor of off-left, because it's not that I'm against electoralism. I'm in favor of the ideals of electoralism. I am against the ability that people have to take advantage of it. I have thought about morals and shit, and my conclusions is that there aren't any, because it only exists because the moral system says so, I guess. I don't know, it's weird to explain. I feel that. Alright. This has gone for long enough. I'm not talking about Jreg anymore. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm not ending the stream, so don't worry. Chat. But I am ending this video. Please, thank you so much for watching. I guess hit the like button because it does good things for YouTube. I want YouTube to show people this, And if you like it, maybe they will. And if you like what I have to say, if you like what I have to say on Facebook, and you're here because of Facebook, if you're here not because of Facebook, however you're here, I'm happy you're here. If you like what I have to say, please hit subscribe. And yeah, have a good one.